Welcome back to the Squared Circle Psychobabble. My name is Michael Valenti alongside Ralph Valenti, and we got a new segment for you called Shoot or Work. How this works, we take the top rumors of the week in professional wrestling, and if we think it's going to happen, we say shoot. If not, we say work. Simple as that. We could be seeing some call-ups as soon as this coming Monday or Tuesday on Raw and Smackdown, and the rumor is, according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, is that EC3 and Shayna Baszler will be the call-ups.
Right.
So shoot or work. EC3 and Shayna Baszler will be on the main roster this coming week.
I'm going to say work. I think that it's much more likely that we see EC3 in a feud with Lars Sullivan. EC3 acknowledged that, assuming Lars Sullivan is going to be healthy and recovered from his broken jaw. EC3 actually acknowledged that on the most recent episode of NXT. And Shayna Baszler, I can't see her being called up just yet. I'd like to see her called up rather than EC3. I do think EC3 is probably a better fit for the main roster than he is in NXT, but I don't think this will happen. Not yet.
I think they typically do their call-ups the night after WrestleMania and the night after SummerSlam. Those have come and gone, so I say this is a work. I don't think either one of them are coming up. Eventually they will, but I don't see it coming up later this week. Moving on to a very interesting conversation that was with Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, everybody on the Being the Elite. And as far as the future plans of the Being the Elite Bullet Club, Cody was asked about the future. And he basically said that whatever decision is made for the future of these guys, it will be a collective decision. Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting to see that. Now, this could go many, many ways. So I will ask you this. Shoot or work, Being the Elite will stay together after their contracts are up and they renew.
I'm going to say shoot. I think the guys are definitely loyal to each other. They have the verbal commitment, according to Cody Rhodes. And I think in order for everything to feel special and to keep everything fresh, they should stay together. Whether they decide to stay outside of the WWE or come back and or some of them come back and debut in the WWE, I think they should do it as a group. I think that's in their best interest. Right. I don't know if they'll be called the Bullet Club or what they'll be called, but I'm buying this. I think that they'll stay together.
You will. All right. I'm also going to say shoot, and I think they're going to make the jump together to WWE.
I don't want them to, because I think like I've always said, or I've said recently, I think that for the first time in a very long time, the WWE has legitimate competition.
Right.
And I think much of the decision that they're going to make lies in how successful All In is. Mm-hmm. They were able to sell out for All In. They were able to sell out MSG. So they certainly have star power and they can draw. Do they get a major TV deal if All In is successful? I don't know. That remains to be seen. But it is nice to have an alternative to WWE right now.
I can agree to that point. They definitely want to compete with WWE if they decide to stay with Ring of Honor and New Japan. And it also depends on the success of All In. Obviously, they sold out the 10,000 seats in 30 minutes, which was pretty good. So it just matters now on the whole weekend and how this works from the buy rates and the downloads with the Fight app and anywhere else that this is going to be aired, and the ratings for the WGN America for the pre-show, how that works out. So that will definitely play into an effect here on how this works. But I definitely see Vince's eyes are lit up, dollar signs with these guys. These guys are definitely money. Yeah. They know how to market themselves. So Vince will give them a little bit of leeway when it comes to creative decisions.
Right.
So, and obviously Cody Rhodes being the son of Dusty Rhodes, you would think there's a creative mind there and knows how to book stuff.
There definitely is. I think, one of the things when you talk about business expansion, you can either expand internally, meaning promote your guys from either NXT or develop your characters, or you can, go out and sign some of the best talent. And it's going to be difficult because the WWE already has such a stacked roster, and you already see guys that are really good. Kevin Owens comes to mind,
right?
Who isn't necessarily getting, I don't know if push is the right word, but not getting the TV time that you think he would, right? So if they bring all those guys in, you know, how do they do that without releasing some of their talent? You're going to have to get rid of some guys. And if they bring all of them in, what happens to the guys that in NXT that are ready to be coming up? You know, you got to think that Ciampa and Gargano are coming up pretty soon. Velveteen Dream, EC3, I'm sure he's going to be coming up soon because, like I said, he's probably better suited for the main card than he is for NXT.
The man on your shirt, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, there's another one. That whole group, the Undisputed Era, like all of those guys, supremely talented. So if you bring in the Bullet Club and all those guys, what do? I mean, unless they're going to add a third show, I don't know.
Who knows? We have to talk about the big news that's coming out this weekend about someone leaving WWE, and the rumor is, actually I think it's pretty much confirmed now, is that Neville is no longer contracted with WWE. His contract has run out, and Cody and the Young Bucks have gone on to Twitter and basically have pitched Neville to be on All In. So shoot or work, Neville is all in.
I'm saying a definite shoot on this. You know, it just makes too much sense for him. If he's released from his WWE contract and assuming he wants to wrestle, why not wrestle on the biggest show outside of anything that WWE is going to promote? You know, so I'm going to say a shoot for sure on this.
I think All In needs that Nitro Lex Luger moment with some former WWE superstar coming in as a surprise, whether it's CM Punk or Neville. I think obviously Punk would be the bigger bang, but Neville, because of it being so last minute and the announcement that he's no longer contracted with WWE, him walking out about the way 205 Live has been built, and basically after he left and Enzo Amore got his deal with the law enforcement, that 205 Live has been a much better product, a watchable product. So this would be a great move for Neville to be like, listen, me leaving is the reason why the cruiserweight division is somewhat watchable again. And to come to All In and create a buzz there, and again, that competition that WWE hasn't had in almost 15 years, that they desperately need to give them a jump start. And this would be a great move for Neville to get back into the wrestling ring, a great move for WWE for competition, and a great move for the Being the Elite guys for All In. So I'm going to be interested to see this, and I do say it's a shoot. Maybe he is part of the over-budget Battle Royal on the pre-show, and then he wins it, faces Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor Championship. Probably doesn't win if he's not under contract with Ring of Honor, but who knows? A lot of things can happen next week at All In.